There's a pattern here. Nervous and excited. We really do push yourself out there and you make it happen and you break through your fear. Congratulations to you for really excelling in the real estate world and being a distinguished leader and educator
Thank you.
and real estate commissioner now. Hi, it's Robyn Levin back with the Inside Scoop with Robyn. And today my awesome guest is Elizabeth Hume, who you will find out very shortly some exciting news that she has to share. And it has to do with a brass ring and a 20-year goal. Welcome, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is the CEO of Real Estate Education Idaho. And not only is she an award-winning, top-producing real estate broker in Idaho, but she also launched a wonderful course to teach others how they can excel in their career. So we're going to find out a little bit more about that in just a minute. So welcome, Elizabeth. Tell us a little bit about your business and how you got started.
I've been selling real estate for, since 2005, whatever that math is. And I've always been a top producer most years. I had a couple years with the recession and having children that maybe didn't sell quite as much as I wanted, but I've always worked hard at trying to sell and be in the top producing segment of the real estate world.
And kudos to you for making that happen. Also, you were listed as a top 25 in the Power Broker magazine too.
Yeah, that was in the Idaho Business Review, and that was a total shock. It was one of the last awards I received, and it was last year. So yes, I thought they called for someone else. So,
and you were describing that you were sitting there wondering, who was that going to be, having no idea that it was going to be you?
Yeah, that was the Realtor of the Year. Yeah. And I went.
You're so humble about that. So how did you make the transition to decide to become an educator and focus really on helping others pretty much pave the path to their success?
I've always liked education, and in every career I've been a trainer or a leader, and people would just come to me with questions. I did a little bit of that early in my career with real estate. I was on a couple team groups, not teams, but we had like mastermind groups, and I helped facilitate some of those. And then they had a call for instructors, the Boise Regional Realtors, and it was a struggle and it was hard, and I had to jump through a lot of hoops and do a lot of interviews. And there were a few times where I'm thinking, I don't know if this is really worth it. And it was a very long, drawn out process. Once I got going in that, though, I really found a passion for what I was doing and worked really hard to get better at what I do. I'm sure if you took a class from me early on, you would have been like, maybe she needs a little more work, but I have kept going and taken more classes and studied what I'm doing. And sometimes I video me teaching and have others critique me. One of the unique things, it's probably not unique to real estate, but as a real estate agent, you don't get judged by, if you get clients again, that's great, you did a good job. But as an instructor, you get a review every single time you teach from every single student in the room. And that's a great way to get feedback and learn and grow. I like the teaching, sharing stories and hearing what other people are doing. It's made me a better real estate agent. And it also has allowed me to develop my leadership skills and leadership style. I enjoy teaching because it also allows me to have a little more control over my schedule. So I don't get those weird calls at midnight or 5 a.m. wanting to see a house or having a funny question.
I can imagine.
Or leaving a vacation to go show a house, which I've done more than once. So real estate, people think it's really easy, but it actually is, you're on all the time, and instructing allows me to control a little bit more of my schedule.
Absolutely. So it seems like a natural progression and it fits in line with what you love to do.
Yep.
So I mentioned that there's some exciting news that happened for you recently, and it's a 20-year goal of yours, and it has to do with a brass ring. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. When I went to get my real estate license in 2005, I had to go down to the real estate commission, and they have pictures of all the real estate commissioners hanging on the wall. And there's 4, at that time there were 4 in Idaho. Now they've added a 5th one. And I thought that would be a great achievement. That would show that you've made it. And so it was always kind of in the back of my head that that would be a goal of mine. And I worked really hard. I'd always wanted my master's degree. And my husband told me, well, you don't have your broker's license yet. Why are you going to go spend more money on a master's degree when you don't even have the top degree in your field? So I went out and got my broker's license and literally came home that day and said, I did that. I'm going to get my master's degree now. And I've just always pushed with what I want to learn and grow. I want to get a doctorate someday, and that's still on the back burner for my husband is probably still in the fridge. For me, it's on the back burner. But I wanted to be ready. So I kept progressing my education, my experience, my leadership, my volunteer, everything in the back of my head, always wanting that commissioner position. And it came available last July. And when I first heard it was coming available, I was a little bit nervous and wasn't sure I was going to be the one that would be right for that role. And so I reached out to a few people and talked to them to see if they thought I would be a good fit. I had to go out and ask people. I don't like to talk about what I do. I'm very private about my own success. So going out and asking people for a reference, asking them to support me, asking them to do something like write a letter and go out and do something on my behalf was very hard for me to ask. I had to ask a lot of people for that. I did that. And then the governor was supposed to decide on July 1st, and he did not make a decision until March. So watching my mailbox, I have an email I was told that was come by mail. So every day I would wake up in the morning and I would open my email to see what the U.S. Postal Service was delivering into my mailbox that day, because I have this email that shows me what's in my mailbox every day. And a couple times it was a letter from IREC, and I was, I'd be out of town and I'd call my friend. I'm like, will you go look in my mailbox and see what that is? And it was like, don't forget to renew your insurance, or we changed our name to the Real Estate Commission recently changed their name. So it was always something funny like that in the mailbox. And it would get me so excited. Like, maybe this is the day. Maybe I got my, like a little kid with their cereal box, mailing in their cereal box and trying to get their rocket ship or whatever. That's sort of what I felt like every morning. And then I finally got the phone call. So it didn't come in my mailbox. It was a phone call. And then I got an email. So
wow, that's so exciting. Let me just say,
Yep.
you got this just happened recently. You said that you were waiting for July, and it happened in March, or is that what?
Yeah, I applied in May of last year, so a year ago. And then I got a phone call early March, and they had to do a background check. So, and then they said, oh, we'll call you on Monday and let you know how the background check was. And they didn't call me till Thursday. So I was like, what did they find in the background check that they're nervous about? Because I don't even think I've had a speeding ticket recently. So I was like, what are they finding about me?
Oh,
But it was just backup. It's like everything right now. Everybody's backed up.
right.
Everybody's struggling for help. So even the governor's office.
Wow. So this is very exciting. So you set your sights high and you achieved your goals. What is next? What's your next big goal?
I want to have a really successful school. So that's probably my next shorter term goal. I would like to get a PhD someday. So maybe that's my longest term goal. And I would also love to travel and teach and speak nationally. So that's also that's out there.
Okay, so speaking of speaking, you just did a little speaking presentation, not so little, a big speaking presentation recently, right? With, was it RIA?
No, that's coming up in June. So I was selected. We had to put RFPs in January. Again, scary process. Never been to a RIA meeting.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's just explain what RIA is. So for those that are watching, explain what RIA is.
Okay, so I joined RIA, which is the Real Estate Educators Association, and it's for instructors. And I was told to join it, so I did. And with RIA, there was a designation that several instructors had told me about. And last last year I thought, oh, I want to try to get that. And that was the DREI, which is a distinguished real estate instructor. And you have to go through quite a process to get that. You have to apply and get accepted, and you have to have taught so many hours before they will even let you in the program. And then you have to go through a mentoring program for 6 months with peers around the country. And you have to take a test and pass it. So that was probably the most stressful part for me. And then you had to do a 50-minute speaking where you had peers and those who are great instructors and great speakers. They judged you. And I was able to get my distinguished real estate instructor. And right when I was doing that, they put an RFP out for their convention. And I've never been to their convention, and I'm very new in the organization. And as far as instructors go around the country, I'm in the newer segment of them. So I put it out there with some good faith, and it's on talking about hybrid education. And I have taken a few hybrid classes and struggled with poor classes, not being included, not feeling like I was part of the class, not feeling like I got as much out of the class as I could. So that's kind of the perspective I'm going to approach. And I speak on that in San Antonio in June. So I'm nervous and excited about that.
There's a pattern here. Nervous and excited. We really do push yourself out there, and you make it happen, and you break through your fear. And congratulations to you for really excelling in the real estate world and being a distinguished leader and educator.
Thank you.
And real estate commissioner now. So that's
Yeah.
that's very exciting. Tell us a little bit about the students that you are teaching. Where are they in their career, and how do you help them?
I teach a range. So I have taught pre-license, and I love the pre-license because everybody comes in with this real estate agent is such an easy job. They just open doors and they get to see pretty houses all the time, and then they get a very large check at the end. And none of that is true. Yes, except maybe we do open doors, but not every house is beautiful. Some houses smell, some have dogs that are attacking. Some have different things going on that you just never know what you're going to find in a house when you open the door. And so teaching new people to the industry is really fun. I've learned a lot because they come from amazing backgrounds themselves, but it also helps them. I feel like I can help them understand the industry before they enter it. So understanding that it really does take hard work, and you're not going to go from making no money to making $300 million or selling $300 million in a year. That those agents that are doing that, they sacrifice a lot, and they're giving a lot, and understanding the hard work it takes to get there.
Right. So with your track record, you absolutely have the knowledge, the experience, the passion to help them accelerate success. And in addition to your pre-licensing courses, do you offer other courses as well?
I do. I was lucky enough last year to have a national speaker reach out to me and ask if I would be interested in purchasing her classes. So Insta School. And I purchased 12 of her classes, and they've been approved by the Real Estate Commission. And there are 6 classes for agents that maybe want to get a little bit better at what they do, understand the process, how to find clients, how to really get that long-term real estate career. And then there are 6 classes that are specifically meant for people who want to take their real estate career to the next level, whether it's start a team, be a broker, just be a leader in the industry. So they're more leadership and managing other people and hiring, all of those kinds of things. So 6 of them are for agents who just want to be better agents, and 6 of them are for people who are pretty good at what they do and they want to be better and more in a leadership role. So, yeah.
That's great. Okay, so you're helping them accelerate on their career as well and help the brokers build a bigger, better business.
Yes.
Right. Well, it sounds like you've done a great job with balance. You've got your kids, your wonderful husband, your dogs, your pets, your outdoor lifestyle in Idaho, and a successful career and a big smile. So I think you've got the formula.
I don't know. Well, hopefully.
Yes. And how do people get in touch with you? How do they find out? How do they get more of Elizabeth?
They can go to our website. It's www.realestateeducationidaho.com, and it has a list of all of our classes that we teach and books I love and any information. And if there's not something there, we'll add it. We're always growing and learning. And there's links to our Facebook and Instagram accounts in the website. So that's probably the easiest way, just to go to that website.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your wonderful background story. And
Thank you.
Here's to more success in the near future.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever tomorrow brings.
I love it. Okay, you're such an inspiration and a joy.
Thank you.
Bye for now.